Well, that really sucks. I don't know what, you don't even know what I'm talking about yet. I just recorded like a 15-minute clip. Went through everything, everything with the Sixers, the Celtics, the trade, Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev. I love boxing. Was so happy to see that fight. I paid for that fight actually, and yeah, I pay for boxing fights. I'm a crazy person. Whatever. And I didn't hit record. Oh man. I mentioned twice. Went out late last night. Slightly on the hungover side of recording, but not enough to not remember. No, not enough to forget that the Celtics and the 76ers have swapped picks. Additionally, the Boston Celtics get the Lakers 2018 first round pick via the Sixers, which is in control of the Celtics if it's the number 2 through the number 5 pick. So if the Lakers are bad. If it's the number 1 overall pick, or if it's the 6th or higher, or I guess 6th or lower in this sense, I think it goes back to the Lakers. Weird protections on that one. And they also have, I think, the Kings 2019. They got 3 picks, 2019 picks, something like that, 2020. They also have the Nets picks for the next 16 years. And the Sixers also own the next picks, like first and second round picks through 2058. But the important thing here is Markelle Fultz is most likely 99.9% sure going to be drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers. And then you have a core of very talented, all raw talent, all injury prone at the moment, but oh my God, just a raw talented core. Bede, Fultz, Simmons, Darich, Covington. I'm going to assume a few free agents come in here. I think it's interesting to entice. So, all right, let's go through all of this. For one, who wins this trade? The Sixers win this trade. I know, I get it, man. The Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. I usually side with Danny Ainge. But how much further down the road could you kick the rock? And I was saying on Twitter yesterday, you can't discredit Danny Ainge. Like somebody said, he's got 1 championship in 15 years. Keep in mind that's 1 championship more than 23 other franchises in the NBA in those 15 years. So we can't just be like, oh, that championship was only 1 championship. Come on, man. The Lakers, the Mavericks, the Heat, the Cavaliers, the Warriors, the Spurs, and man, I'm missing one. All have won a championship. I'm missing one. The Celtics. That's the 7th. Have won. So it's you can't discredit him. He also and it's not all Danny Ainge, but all these picks, right? All these draft picks. He keeps building for the future. Well, it says a few things. I think they are more committed to Isaiah Thomas than the rumor mill believes or wants to believe, because sure, $180 million contract at the end of next season or next free agency. If he were to sign, is it possible for him to reproduce what he did this season? I believe he can. I've always been a fan of Isaiah Thomas. I think he wants people to doubt him because he keeps proving them wrong. We know he's a lethal scorer. Can he play defense? No. It's like shooting over a chair. DeMar DeRozan did this to him. And so does most high-impact shooting guards or point guards in the league when they get their switch onto, unfortunately, Isaiah Thomas's small stature. So with Isaiah Thomas still there, I get the idea that they don't want Markelle Fultz, so I guess they are behind IT, and they really, really, really like Josh Jackson. I think the Lakers also really, really like Josh Jackson. I think it's only like a 15% chance that they were to draft him. I would still think it's an 85% chance that Lonzo Ball is in a Laker uniform by Thursday evening. Regardless, they like Josh Jackson. So what does that also mean? So with no Fultz coming in now, right? And you draft Josh Jackson, well, then you got Jackson, Crowder, the uber athletic Jaylen Brown, who showed off his uber athleticism, and he does more than that. I use the word uber athletic in the sense of Jaylen Brown because I think it's an accurate descriptor of him, and not in like the Blake Griffin could dunk uber athletic way. I mean, his length and lateral movement defensively has shown a lot of promise in his rookie season. I think he can become a player who can use his size to knock down a mid-range shot more often than not. And I think they're building all these two-way wings. Jay Crowder's a two-way player, more so defensively. And I think Brown's going to start to favor a little more offensively. So you have Josh Jackson come in, right? That means Gordon Hayward doesn't have a place. I shouldn't say doesn't have a place, but it's a weird fix. And you have 4 wings. And you want to develop your youth because if you keep kicking these stones down the road, Danny Ainge, and saying, no, the future, well, makes me want to crawl up into a ball like Squidward in the SpongeBob episode and just start screaming, future, future, that one. So I think the Sixers win this trade. I think the Sixers get the number 1 overall pick, and they get Markelle Fultz. 6'4", 6'10" wingspan, 8'6" standing reach. So the shape of the point guard that you want. He's thick, as I've mentioned, the Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, but always talked about this. That's a good thing for NBA point guards. Additionally, his shot chart, if you want to look at that, it's worth it because he's a high percentage guy behind the arc from the left side, and then a high percentage guy just inside the arc on the right side. And these are things that will improve over time. He can get to the rim in a relatively efficient fashion. Some people say, and I love this criticism so much, sometimes it looked like last year he didn't care. Man, some people can't help the expression on their face. It's not really a... I don't think Markelle Fultz is purposely sitting there going like, I don't care. No, of course he cares. Played for Washington, didn't make the NCAA finals, which is interesting. I'm sorry, NCAA finals. No, of course he didn't get close to the NCAA finals. He didn't make the NCAA tournament. Alongside his now, what will likely be his teammate, Ben Simmons. And then and Simmons, I thought Simmons was going to play point guard until this happened, and I was looking forward to the pass first Ben Simmons friendly Philadelphia 76ers, Joel Embiid, El Proceso, trust the process offense. And let's not overshadow something here. Let's not overshadow the fact that although a small sample size, although lots and lots of injuries, Joel Embiid was averaging Will Chamberlain numbers per 36. Just saying. The guy was putting up insane big man numbers. Like, as a rookie, Anthony Davis, insane-esque numbers. So, besides the fact that he changed the entire culture of Philadelphia, that erased this losing mentality of 5 years and the tanking and the Sam Hinkie funning games and the joke, like he just turned it into like we're winners, and that's who you. I think you'd be insane to not want to play with Joel Embiid. He seems like the greatest teammate to have. If I can have one teammate in the NBA, it would be Jamal Crawford. If we have a second teammate in the NBA, it would be Joel Embiid. So that trade happened, and it was, that happened right as I'm about to watch Kovalev and Ward, and I actually talked about it for like 10 minutes on the back half of the other clip, but I didn't hit record, which kind of sucks because I went out last night and I'm struggling this morning. We mentioned so many other fun things in the clip, but you guys won't know any of it, unfortunately. On the Kovalev Ward note, low blows. There was definitely a low blow on one of the 3 upper TKO to the bodies. But Ward's the now number 1 pound-for-pound boxer in the world. According to, that's my phone alarm. Everything's going wrong this morning, guys. I haven't had breakfast yet. We're struggling. So the TKO to the body, I thought it was a good fight. Not a great fight, not as good as the first fight. But Ward really, turned another gear in the 4th and 5th rounds. And he was able to work behind his jab. He adjusted. He absolutely countered what Kovalev was throwing him in the first 3 rounds, which I thought he did win. I thought round 3 could have gone either way. I think Harold Lederman is high sometimes when he scores these fights. I don't mean that in any disrespect. I understand his importance to boxing, but I don't know what fight he was scoring. He gave Kovalev every round except round like maybe 4 or 5 went to Ward. I don't know what scorecard. He definitely gave Kovalev rounds 1 through 3, and I thought he might have even given him the last round where he got technically knocked out, TKO. So there's that. And I wish I could talk about it more, but now I got to get this clip up because I'm running out of time. So, more boxing. Hashtag trust the process. At JaceRubin91 on the Twitter. And hopefully to Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, or Dennis Smith. I didn't even talk about this. So the Celtics draft, I was trying to figure out who... I was going to talk about the draft in itself and how there's still so many great available guards, and the fact that to Aaron Fox and Malik Monk and Dennis Smith Jr. You also have Jonathan Isaac and Jason Tatum. And somebody made a great point. I was reading, can't even give the credit because I don't remember exactly where it was, so I apologize. But it's a kind of a blanket statement. It might have been The Ringer. Might have been Kevin O'Connor at the Ringer. I'm trying here. So most NBA GMs and stuff like that, their draft boards don't look like our draft boards. They don't look like mock drafts. Like, I wish I could be in the room and just to witness what it's like to have a top 5 pick in the NBA draft and the madness and the mayhem that leads up to it. But they don't. It doesn't look like that. And somebody once explained it as there's the guys you want, and then there's the like, oh God, we didn't get any of the players we want moments. So I think a lot of it is more tiered. Like, if we get one of these 3, great, based on best available. And then there's a second tier of if those 3 are gone and we have, let's say, the 6th pick or the 8th pick or the 10th pick, okay, these are the next 3. So it doesn't look like the way we think I think it does. None of this is getting cut either. So comment below at this point. My head is a scrambled egg. It's 3 scrambled eggs, 2 sides of bacon, and some home fried potatoes. And that's what I'm about to have for breakfast. So comment below, like, favorite, subscribe, @JasonRignani on Twitter, and we'll see you next time.